Hey guys, Amber here, aka AB again. I wanted to tell you guys about my coming out story. Stay here because I felt compelled after I watched a couple videos of people coming out. Now, I'm not going to be able to come out live or anything because I'm already out, but what I can tell you is that it is a hard thing because, well, excuse me, I can't speak for everybody. Coming out was hard for me because I had a younger sister that came out before me, probably like 4 or 5 years before me. And she came out, my parents didn't really like it, but they accepted her until she got wrapped up in drugs and things like that my parents obviously, didn't want her to obviously get wrapped up into. And so I never came out because I didn't want them to believe that was coming out. That was being gay. Being gay was a bad thing, or they associated being gay with her because she's gay, and they associated being gay with bad because when she turned quote unquote gay, she took a turn for the worse. So I came out officially when I was, I'm probably about 20, 21. And like I said before, my sister had a bad experience. My parents actually, like my dad didn't end up talking to her for about a year when we were in high school. And I don't want to believe that it was because that she was gay. I want to believe it's because when she did turn gay, like I said, she did get into drugs and all that, and I didn't want them to think, oh my God, she's gay too, here we go again type of thing. I wanted them to know the person that I am, obviously, and make their own opinion from that. So, and to be able to accept me because I'm their kid, so, But, I would say, I remember one story very, very vividly that my mom, we were driving in the car, and she asked me, "Are you like your sister?" She didn't say. She just said it like that. Well, she said my sister's name, but "Are you like your sister?" And I said no. Obviously, I was at the time. Actually, I had a girlfriend because I was in college. I just came home to visit for the weekend, and I said no. So anyway, a couple months go past or whatever, and my parents aren't stupid, So I'd never had a boyfriend, and it wasn't that I couldn't get a boyfriend. It's just that I didn't want to have a boyfriend. I wanted to hang out, have a good time with my friends. So I would say the summer of my sophomore year in college, I had my girlfriend actually come down to my house, which was a really big deal for me because I am totally no PDA, like, and not even just the fact that I'm gay. Like, I would like to believe if I were straight, I wouldn't like, I'm totally against PDA. If I was, a kiss, okay, but, a peck on the cheek or, a kiss, whatever. I don't know. That's just me. I don't like a lot of PDA. And it's not because I'm gay. It's not because people are going to look at me. It's just because that's not who I am. I don't know. But anyway, so I had my girlfriend come down, but I introduced her to my family as my friend. And I remember we were watching a movie in my front room. And she liked to test the limits because she knew that I didn't come out. And I don't know if she was out to her parents at the time, but she knew that I hadn't come out yet. And she, like I said, she liked to test the limits. So she was laying on the couch and I was laying on the other end where her feet were, and her feet were on top of me. Now, my parents know me. I'm like a total jock. That wouldn't be me. One of my best friends is a female that's not gay, but is completely a jock. And that's just not something I would do, So my mom came out and I jumped. So obviously, she could put two and two together. So after my girlfriend left, my mom asked me, well, is that your girlfriend? No, it's not my girlfriend. We're just really good friends. So then, being the dummy that I was, I had, I had a phone, and I put her picture as like my screensaver. So my mother looked at my phone for whatever reason. She needed it to make a phone call or something like that. And who does she see? None other than this girl that came to visit, and that I was going to California for. Just, she put two and two together. And so I was kind of getting nervous because I didn't really want to face the fact that I just didn't want to face my parents. So what I did was really stupid. I left. One night, I left. And I was working at Walmart at the time. And I was working the night shift. I was supposed to go to work. I didn't go to work. I just left. I left my job. I just left. And I didn't talk to my parents for like, I don't know, 3 months. It was crazy. Probably 2 months. They didn't know where I was. Like, it was reckless of me to do that. So I made my way down to California where she was. She, of course, made me call my parents, my mom and everything. And I told her that I was okay. And just, we talked and she understood. And she didn't make me say it. I think that she knew that I just couldn't. I was too petrified to say it. So I stayed down there for a year because she actually was finishing school down there. So I just ended up getting a job down there. When it was time to come back, I was like petrified because I had been gone for like a year. So right before I got back, I lost a bunch of weight. I was down to like 160, which is really thin for me because I'm actually pretty tall. So I was down to 160. Like, every ounce of my body was just in fear, and I couldn't believe that I was in fear of my parents. These are my parents. I've known them for 20 years of my life. Like, what is the problem? But I came to a realization that I just need to be clean with them, and I need to come clean. I need to get it together. I need to get my life together because this is not what I want in life. I don't want to be running from who I am or from the people I love. So I got home. She went home. I went home. I talked to my parents. I let them know that I was gay, that I was sorry, because I do feel like I did the same thing. Maybe I didn't get into drugs and all that like my sister, but they still associated it with negative. Well, you might not have gotten into drugs, but you left for a year. You just disappeared. You ran away at the age of 20. So I probably messed that up. But at least I am a good place. I'm at a good place with them now. I feel comfortable. I still am. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm still very. I don't want to say secretive. I'm a very. What's the word I'm looking for? Private person. So they met, and I broke up with that girlfriend since then. So yes, they met her, but they only met her as my friend. I mean, they probably knew better, but they only met her as my friend. So I have yet to take a girl home and been like, Mom and Dad, family, this is my girlfriend. So, and I've had probably two girlfriends since then. And because I want that girl, because right now, I don't know if I've met that girl that I would be like, okay, you meet the standards, you get a check for yes, you get a thumbs up, and come meet my parents, because I still am petrified. I want them to see that I'm happy. I want them to see that this person makes me happy and not just a dumbass that I just picked up from the side of the road. There's a lot of aspects to who I am and what I want. So the girl that meets my parents though that'd be a big step for me. However, my sister, on the other hand, she's had girlfriends, they come over to the house, they've never lived with my parents. My sister's always been out, but they've come to the house. My mother loves them. My dad, he's kind of still iffy, but he will still talk to whomever comes to his door. So, she's then been to the extended family's house. So I like that I can look at her situation and say, okay, it is okay for me to bring whomever home. However, I'm not going to do it still until you're the right girl. So I hope you're out there. Bye, guys.